What's up everyone, it's Benedict here, aka BHL Hudson. Welcome back to the BHL2 channel. Today, we got a little bit of a different video. This is, I don't know if I would call this BHL Complains, because that sounds kind of negative. This is a bit of a negative video though. I want to talk about the Wuthering Heights marketing slash social media rumor mill kind of artificially made affair baiting. The stuff that's been happening with Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi in the build up to this Wuthering Heights movie. And why I think it is kind of lame and stupid and like a poor way of marketing a movie. Maybe it's a good way of marketing a movie, I don't know, I'm talking about it. But a way that I just feel like feels trashy and kind of stupid, and I want to talk about it. So, let's get into it. First of all, if you don't know what's been happening, this is not going to be like a deep dive into the drama of, is Margot Robbie having an affair with Jacob Elordi, whatever. That's kind of the point of the video, is that's stupid. But to give some context for what this is, Margot Robbie, there have been a lot of quotes in the promotion for this new movie, Wuthering Heights, this, romance slash 50 Shades of Fied version of the Emily Bronte novel, where she's been saying some pretty, interesting things about Jacob Elordi, about how, he takes people's breath away and he lifts you up with one arm and he's so whatever. Let's read some quotes here. This is from Complex on Instagram via Vogue. Margot Robbie says she almost got weak at the knees during a scene with Jacob Elordi where he picks her up using only one arm in Wuthering Heights. It almost made me weak at the knees, says Robbie as she lets out a dramatic sigh. This was also in Vogue, I believe. She talks about how he filled her room with roses on Valentine's Day as Heathcliff. So some method acting, I guess. And she says, I remember thinking on Valentine's Day, oh, he's probably a very good boyfriend because there's a lot of thoughtfulness in this. You did a lot of very thoughtful things. It wasn't just the gesture of the roses. It was the thing written from Heathcliff, that little tombstone thing, blah, blah, blah. So he did some props and roses and stuff on Valentine's Day in character, I suppose, which, yeah, we'll talk about. Talking to Fandango, she said, I'm so codependent with people I work with and I love everyone so much. I think I developed that quite quickly with Jacob too. I found myself starting to look around and see where he was. I was really unnerved and unmoored, and I felt quite lost, like a kid without their blanket or something, when he wasn't around, I guess. And Elordi adds, we have a mutual obsession. If you have the opportunity to share a film set with Margot Robbie, you're going to make sure you're within 5 to 10 meters at all times, watching how she drinks tea, how she eats her food. She's just like an elite actor. And then most recently, to my knowledge, on Kimmel, she said, everyone's about some party she went to where they watched the movie and it was like a bunch of women and they were watching the movie. Everyone's wearing lace, corsets, and veils and drunk and screaming at the screen. And then when Jacob came on screen, I think it registered on the Richter scale. They screamed so loud. Honestly, I was like, if he walked in right now, I think they would eat him. So it was safer that he wasn't there. Now, first of all, again, I don't give a shit about like the bullshit, movie promotion drama. I'm not like actually sitting here like, ooh, are Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi romantically involved? But that feels like that is what this is designed to do, because Margot Robbie is married. Her husband is producing this movie. And I don't know if Jacob Elordi is in a relationship or something, but it seems like it is being done intentionally to drive up attention, and especially on social media to cause sort of controversy. As you might remember with Anyone But You, the Sweeney Glen Powell movie, where one or both of them were in some kind of relationship at the time, and they were, acting all romantical, and because they're in a new romance movie as well, it's like, oh, did they, when you're acting together and kissing in a movie, did they actually have a thing? And, it was a lot of drama, and I'm sure that maybe helped that movie. I think that movie was successful. So, look, this might help this film, again, I'm talking about it, but to me, it just seems like it should be beneath this type of movie. Like, Anyone But You is, a silly rom-com, whatever, and it has Sydney Sweeney, like, very much a social media, Instagram, TikTok, talked about actress, whatever, who really cares? But for something like Wuthering Heights, which I would say, although it's like a 50 Shades of Fied, whatever, Emerald Fennell, she's an Oscar winner, I feel like it has a little bit more prestige, and just to resort to this sort of thing. Now, to be clear, Maybe all this is genuine. Maybe they just had a lovely time on set and they're just talking about it and it's totally innocent. But it does feel, calculated of like, how can we stir up some stuff? And it's just kind of like trashy and lame, in my opinion. Like, I already hate the fakeness of the entertainment world and the industry and all that kind of stuff. Like, Hollywood and I don't know. You see, the clearly posed pictures of like celebrities out on a walk together. It's like, are they dating? Are they doing things where, I don't know. I feel like I remember there was a period of time where Pete Davidson was like dating everyone under the sun. And at a certain point I was like, okay, well, this photo definitely looks like you like called someone here to take to take this picture, to make it look candid or whatever. But yeah, the entertainment world combined with the fakeness of the internet, where everything is bullshit and everything is done to like sell a product or manipulate someone into doing something. I just think it's, to try to get people on social media to talk about something, to argue about something. It's just kind of bullshit. I just think it's like, I don't know, just sell a movie a normal way. Or like, you know what? Fuck that. Marty Supreme, Timothée Chalamet. He's selling a movie in a very internet savvy way, in a way of like, things that will go viral, and working with internet creators and Drewski and fucking, SD Kid, and he's on the Sphere and he's doing all this stuff. And, there are pros and cons to that, whether or not that was a cool thing or kind of cringe at times, that's up for debate. But I think, there is definitely a harnessing of the internet there that doesn't make me immediately go like, well, this is sort of like lame and gross. I will say, like, I just feel like I would expect more from Margot Robbie as well, because, I expected more from this movie a little bit, where it's a slightly prestigious director, somewhat prestigious movie. I don't know, it's a salacious 50 Shades thing, whatever. But, like, Margot Robbie, aren't you, like, she did Barbie and this kind of stuff, aren't you, like, a little bit of a feminist icon in the modern day? Like, you're doing this sort of, like, vaguely fake, did I cheat on my husband, type of thing. It's like, I don't know. Same with Emerald Fennell as well. Like, again, assuming this is a publicity stunt and they are part of some boardroom meeting where this happened, which, again, they might not have been. But, like, yeah, don't you have, like, a little more self-respect for yourselves, or for, like, I don't know, the type of stuff it implies? And because, you see all the comment sections, and it's the same thing as when, what's her name? Haley Steinfeld did Sinners, and there are a lot of memes about, her being with Michael B. Jordan and Josh Allen. Every comment is like a gif of Josh Allen crying or whatever. And again, some of that can be funny. It can be, a joke or whatever. But it can also very quickly lead to, like, and man, women, as soon as they get the chance, they will go off with the handsome, tall Jacob Elordi or Michael B. Jordan or whatever. Like, if you look in the comment sections, that kind of stuff happens. And I don't know, again, Emerald Fennell, Margot Robbie, you wouldn't have thought of that. That's kind of like a negative consequence of doing this kind of thing, again, if they are doing it. Yeah, I don't love it. I also, if this is a thing, low-key, her husband who's producing this, and if she's telling stories about how, if Jacob Elordi actually filled her room with roses on Valentine's Day, in character as Heathcliff, I don't know, if you're filling a married woman's room with flowers on Valentine's Day, I don't care if you're in a movie together, I think that's kind of strange. So if he did do that, like, that is kind of weird. And if it's like sort of a made-up publicity stunt thing for, like, look at how method acting our love god or whatever, I don't know, man. If your husband's producing this and he's part of the creating that narrative, that's like super, I don't know, that is super weird as well. I'm like, that's, again, have some self-respect. I guess that's the main point of this video. This is not like a super deep issue. This is not an important thing, but every time I see something like this, I'm just like, man, can you guys not just like have a little self-respect? Like, not everything is worth, selling out to make some kind of, to make a little more extra profit or to get a little more attention. Anyway, those are my brief thoughts. I keep seeing this pop up on my Instagram, and I was like, I want to talk about this because it's like annoying me. Yeah, maybe they just had a wholesome cast experience and that's great. Maybe they are having an affair. Who's to say? I would imagine not. But if it is a publicity construed thing, which it's what it seems like to me, kind of lame, do better, I guess, is my opinion. Anyway, what do you think of this? Let me know down below in the comments. While you're at it, be sure to like this video, subscribe, check out my main channel, BHL Hudson, my podcast, The Poorly Planned Podcast, my Instagram, BHL_Hudson, and my Letterboxd, Real BHL Hudson. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.